Good evening, dear friends. We meet again on a special moment. Normally we have our talk on Sundays, but today is Thursday, and I already wanted to do the talk with you because of the discoveries I made that may help people in fighting the coronavirus. So tonight we will discuss how the bees and the propolis can assist us in our fight with the coronavirus. So first, the most important thing is today we're going to talk about the wisdom of the bees, and we're going to talk also about the medical practicalities of how you use the propolis to fight back. So I'll be sharing with you the spiritual side of things, and I'll be sharing with you the medical side of things. So I made some very, very, very important discoveries in regarding the propolis and the bees. But before, I need to tell you how I made this discovery, because it is key. You see, the same way the disease attacking us, and I don't know for sure where this corona came from. You know, is it somebody who made it and released it on purpose? Was it released by mistake or what? But there is an attack on humanity. We don't know the source, but there is an attack. So there's a spiritual attack on humanity, an emotional attack on humanity, and a physical attack on humanity. So we have a response for the three. And the beautiful thing is that the Creator did not forget us. The same way I was able to channel last year that this disaster is happening and what we have to do, a few days ago I went into deep meditation and did a prayer ceremony outside, and I asked God and the angels that we need a solution for people. We need a solution to help each other. And as I was doing the prayer, what happened? A bee flew by. And when I saw the bee, I thought about my good friend Peter from Maltitz. He's a lovely healer, and also he studied biology in South Africa. So he's a shaman and also a biologist at the same time. So he has both hats. We were talking about bees. So when I saw that bee, I called your man in South Africa, in Cape Town. I said, Peter, I saw a bee. What does the bee have to do with the coronavirus? And Peter told me that the propolis of the bees could have an effect on the coronavirus. And I'll tell you how. But you see how beautiful it is that we humans, we still have a possibility to connect with creation and get answers. So we human beings should take our power and our strength and not be scared about what is happening now and face it. Yes, there's a very nasty wind on. The wind of cutting humanity, of creating fear, separation, and control. To face that, if you can, go to the countryside, but get together with other people and create spiritual circles like I told you at the end of last year. The people who will be in spiritual circles, their spiritual vibration will help them to protect from what is happening. So why is the bee so important, and what is the wisdom of the bee? The bee, first of all, work together. So we have to work like the bees. Yeah. The bee, second of all, cannot survive in highly toxic environment. You all know, you don't have to be a nuclear scientist, that 5G radiation is bad for humans and is bad for animals. They did tests with 4G already that, bees cannot find back the hive and birds are lost with 4G. So what about with 5G? You can check any, report online that 5G was never tested for humans, but already at 3G level it was considered dangerous for our skin. Even in 2015 in Canada, they stopped Bluetooth and wireless in classes because it was dangerous for children. You could not use a projection machine with Bluetooth or wireless. So use your common sense. Yeah. So the bee gets affected by the 5G. We together as a people, we have to do something about that. Maybe go back to 4G and leave it there. We don't need more than that. And also the bee, they work all organized and they help each other. And they live in houses. And these houses, they have alveoli, like our lungs. Like our lungs. So when I was talking with my good friend Peter in South Africa, he told me that the propolis of the bees has an effect on the lungs. It can have an effect. So I could not believe this. This is unbelievable. Really? I said, the bees. So I had to study it. I had to study why the bees have an effect And because if I tell you, yeah, the bees help, it's not good. We need to have like hardcore evidence. So I started researching the evidence, and I discovered that the propolis helps to regulate the cytokines. What are the cytokines? The cytokines are the elements that your immune system fires up. And what I discovered is many people today are dying because they have a cytokine storm. So basically our system is overreacting to the attack from the virus, and because older people have a more developed immune system, they're dying faster. Older people are not dying because they are weaker than the young people. The older people have a more sophisticated system that gets in place too fast. So to substantiate all of what I'm saying to you, I decided to get some research. First, I'll explain to you what is the cytokine storm. So I have an article here from New Scientist. It's called Cytokine Storm, and it's written by this lady, Alison George, down here. So what is Alison George saying about the cytokine storm? She says, diseases such as COVID-19, so this is again in the New Scientist, it's a scientific magazine, yeah? Diseases such as COVID-19 can be fatal to an overreaction of the body's immune system called a cytokine storm. Cytokines are small proteins released by many different cells in the body, including those of the immune system, where they coordinate the body's response against infection and trigger inflammation. Then she goes on saying, in some patients, excessive or uncontrolled level of cytokines are released, which then activate more immune cells, resulting in hyperinflammation. This hyperinflammation can result in harm or even kill the patient. Cytokine storms are a common complication not only for COVID-19, but also for other coronavirus like SARS and MERS, etc., etc. Yeah. So I'm not going to read to you the whole thing, but this is what cytokine storms are. So basically, in the coronavirus, you have an over-response from certain people, and this over-response is killing them. Now, here is a 30-page research piece that I found in the NCBI. Yeah. This research piece from the NCBI, which is the National Center for Biotechnology Information in America, in the States. You have all kinds of research articles. So this article of research was published on the 16th of April of last year, 2019. And was involved in it the University of Strathclyde in Glasgow, the Department of Chemistry in Saudi Arabia, the Faculty of Engineering in the UK, in Indonesia, and the Apiceutical Research Center in the UK. And the rights are owned by somebody in Basel, Switzerland. This research piece, as you can see from the title, it says that propolis exerts an anti-inflammatory effect. Okay, so when you read through it, I'll just read for you the conclusion, yeah? I have the link for this, anybody can get it. It says, I just read the last 3 lines, okay? Overall, the result showed that propolis extract exert an anti-inflammatory effect by inhibiting pro-inflammation cytokines. So again, so it's an anti-inflammatory and it inhibits the cytokines. This is very important. This is very important. So here we have one piece of research that said that you have a cytokine storm when you have the coronavirus, and here you have something saying that the propolis reduces that. So I'm not saying to you that we have a cure for the corona, but I'm saying to you we have a weapon to reduce the effect of the corona on these people who go into the cytokine storm. And my big question is, why nobody's looking that way? Why no laboratory is doing any research on it? Why are they not using it?